us about these low traffic neighbourhoods which have apparently been deemed unlawful.
Oh, for God's sake, Mike, we've been talking about this for how long? The point is, what's happened is there's one particular council has been cited actually by people protesting, and they've been taken to court because the LTN, the funds they're getting, the millions of pounds they're getting in from this LTN in Croydon, is actually not based on actually cleaning the air. It's purely to raise funds to actually pay off their...
It's shocking me now, Howard. I mean, I thought that was what... But this is what they all do, though. I mean, same as the congestion charge, same as the, the road charging, if that's what they want to bring in at some point or other. None of it's about clean air, is it?
No, absolutely. And this particular one is a guy who's the mayor of Croydon, a guy called Jason Perry. Actually, he stood for election promising to get rid of LTNs.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting. And it's funny, when he got in, he got drunk on power, and he's putting two fingers up to motorists, and he's not going to get rid of them now. He's actually saying they're a great thing. It's nothing to do with party colours, because he's a Tory. All of the politicians seem to lie their way into power and then do the complete opposite. No, you wouldn't believe that, would you?
No, it's absolutely astonishing. And is it because they generate money, do they, these low traffic neighbourhoods, by fining people for going into them or something?
Well, that's exactly it. The idea is actually to stop the so-called rat runs, stopping drivers, trucks and things going down, things, making shortcuts, getting to places quickly. But these are roads for driving on. They're not there for sitting there having a picnic. And that's what... It's good if you live on those streets, it's fine. But all it does is displace the traffic to other areas and causes congestion.
Right. Which in turn pollutes the air, which of course is not compartmentalised. The air is the air. It's not like, if you cross the road, the air's better over there because I've made it so that no cars go down there. You still breathe the same bleeding air as you were if you were over the road where the congestion is.
Absolutely right, and it's going to get even worse across the country because Heidi Alexander, the previous transport mayor for under I nearly said Saddam Khan. I mean Sadiq Khan. That's a bit of a Freudian slip. But she's the queen of ULEZ, and
she's a cyclist apparently. She quite likes to cycle.
Well, exactly. The cyclists are allowed to go through LTN, so they've got no problem. So she's going to encourage that. There's going to be more ULEZs, more LEZs, all of them, and it's purely to raise cash and to actually screw motorists.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I was going to retire. I hit 70 last week, and I thought, that's it, I'm giving this up now. But I can't get away because I can't believe the anger, because I went to a particular magistrate's court regarding the Tooting 4, if you remember those.
Yes.
They were accused of harassing Sadiq Khan in Tooting at a protest. And the judge actually, unfortunately, found him guilty because he said they should have known that they were actually upsetting his family. Well, they weren't there on the day either, and they were 300 metres away from them. And and there, for the grace of God, I usually attend these things. But there's so much going on at the moment in terms of hitting road users. Watch this space.
Yeah.
I understand that they're going to be encouraging more. In fact, every council's got these little lines on their spreadsheet, budget for fines. So they're budgeting to actually getting illegal, penalties.
Yes.
Part of their budget to pay off all their debts.
Unbelievable. Well, you must be delighted that he's getting a knighthood, though.
Excuse me, where's that sick bucket?
I know.
Look, I mean, it's unbelievable. He's being, it's obviously we've got Sir Keir Starmer and his mate. They always say keep your enemies closer, and I think that's what they're doing from this point of view. And the good news is the Tories are slightly waking up to things at the moment. Gareth Bacon, the Shadow Transport Secretary, has asked to meet me on tomorrow, so I'm meeting him to say how we can work together to attack these things. So. That's good news, but it's a shame it's taken so long for them to wake up.
Yeah, absolutely right. Meanwhile, we've still got the other Blackwall Tunnel being built. I see there was a story the other day where a lot of prison guards who apparently are going to be attached to one of the prisons, which I think is on the north side of the river, are saying they would like to get an exemption from having to pay because they're going to bring in two payment systems, not only for the new Blackwall Tunnel, but for the old one as well.
Well, we don't need to have any tolls whatsoever. It's ridiculous. Motorists already generate £60 billion a year to the Exchequer and to various things. They're getting everywhere. They're hitting all sorts of directions. We need to keep traffic moving, not stopping them or making them pay through various online approaches. People sometimes don't know. And guess who people that don't pay? Obviously, foreign drivers. They get away through it with no problem, especially lorries.
Yeah, I know. It's absolutely mad, isn't it? Completely and utterly bonkers. And by the way, if he's complaining that somebody's ruining his family, then how about all the other families that he's ruined their lives, where they can't park anywhere, they can't drive anywhere, and they can't stop anywhere, and every time they try and do anything, they end up getting another 40 quid fine.
Absolutely right. And the whole thing about what he's doing at the moment, I'm be fighting like mad. I think there's a petition to stop this. It's up to 60 or 70,000.
Yeah.
You know, if we get 100,000 of those in Parliament, they've got to debate the future of Sadiq Khan. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be good. Howard, good to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed. Howard Cox, founder of Fair Fuel UK.